Hello, hello. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your patience. I had to hurry up and heat up buttons of sausage and chicken to put together with her peas and sweet potatoes and all that stuff for her dinner. She's over there waiting for her dinner. So, demands. Anyway, as we go forward, as you know, during the month's full moon, which is going to be in a fixed air sign, okay, in Aquarius. It's going to be in a fixed air sign in Aquarius. This will occur at 10:36 p.m. for ET, and then it'll be 7:36 p.m. for PT time zones. Okay, on July 23rd, which is tomorrow for some of us. Some of you, it's already here. For a lot of you, these chances are that you will be doing a lot of emotional as well as emotional processing. You'll be doing a lot of overthinking. So be really careful. These next 2 weeks are going to just be a zinger. They're really just going to put you through shit that you don't want to go through. But you can prepare yourself for it, which is why I'm doing this now. You can prepare yourself for this and understand that it's not really you that's thinking that way or feeling that way. It's not going to last. If for some of you might get down, depressed, you might become irritated, you might be irritable, you might feel stressed out, you might feel overwhelmed. A lot of you are going to feel a lot of different things through this energy. It's going to be a little crazy. It's another kind of retrograde type of situation. So for a lot of you, a lot of you are going to have to re-deal with emotions of things that you just literally went through. So things that you thought you were done with, things that you thought were over with, you might have to go through it again or a little bit more. For some of you, you could be feeling kind of weird, kind of tired, definitely irritable, like I said. For a lot of you, this moon that's happening, what you can expect, and this is what I've read as well. It's possible that this month might have had you kind of nursing nearly a month-long hangover, so to speak. For some of you, it could be that from June's jam-packed astrology all the way, especially with Mercury, that didn't even fully leave its shadow phase until July 7th. So we had a lot of things going on there. For some of you, during the next full moon here in fixed air sign of Aquarius, which again occurs tomorrow for ET for 10:36 p.m. and for PT will be 7:36 p.m. So chances are you're going to be doing, again, a lot of emotional processing. There's going to be a lot of things happening that are beyond your control even. Again, a lot of you have just already been through some shit, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to feel a little bit uncomfortable for the next 2 weeks. A lot of you, though, are going to be able to understand and accept what's in front of you, realize what it is that's really creating that. It's not really that person getting on my nerves. It's this damn energy. It's not really what they're saying. It's the way I'm taking it right now. So you have to get some ownership going here. All right. Like I said, a lot of you might feel a little bit tired, and you might feel a little bit restless. It might feel a little bit irritable, and it's all understandable. It is all part of it. It is, let me talk about Aquarians. So Aquarians, for the most part, you are definitely friends and have a lot of benefits with a lot of the other zodiac signs. Your ruler of your 11th house networks a lot of your friendships. A lot of people that you connect with are very good and very easy with your platonic friendship. For some of you, you're really great at work and things that you do on your job. For a lot of you, you create a lot of massive webs on interpersonal connections. For some of you, you like to be involved in a lot of teamwork, political things, volunteering, clubs, and things of that nature. It's like you never want to turn down a party kind of thing. For a lot of you, you definitely value the community, and you value people's opinions, and you value your self-respect as well, and the way people see you. You definitely will work with other people to try to pursue your dreams and to create something better or a better atmosphere with a specific situation or something that you're focused on. For a lot of Aquarians, you won't strike out, or you don't like striking out, or you don't like when you can't win. It's like you'll dig your heels in and you'll try even harder. That's pretty much what Aquarians will do. Now, for a lot of you, you might be trying to find yourself pretty much a modern outdoor sanctuary. You might be trying to find yourself a place, a quiet place that you can go and do some meditating, whether it's by water, whether it's by trees, nature, grass. Like I said, I see a lot of you liking water better. You got to be careful, because with Saturn around, Saturn's like the master of restrictions. Saturn kind of puts boundaries up and structure, where Aquarian's original ruler, they might set a little stubborn kind of tone, so to speak. Now, for a lot of you, again, with this full moon in Aquarius, earth signs, I'm going to do the elements, earth signs. It's kind of like, let's see what I wrote. Okay, you're going to be careful, earth signs, and that's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. You might keep pointing the finger at other people. It's your fault. You're the reason. This is why. This is what we did. This is how come we're arguing. This is why we broke up. This is why. Be careful, because you might want to be pointing the finger. You might not want to own your own shit right now for the next 2 weeks. You might be in denial and refusal, saying, nope, I did not do that. I didn't say that. That's not what I meant. Or be careful. Be careful. For some of you, you're going to have a lot of growth coming up in the next 2 weeks with getting involved in things, joining things, maybe clubs, exercise, gyms, things of that nature, groups, talks, conversations, communities, whatever it is, you want to get in with it. You don't want to be left out. You're wanting to get involved. You're wanting to help, or you're wanting to donate, or you're wanting to volunteer. For some of you, it's constantly looking for solutions to problems that really isn't for you to have to figure out. Some of it is, if you just trust in the universe, it'll figure it out for you. But a lot of you are very determined to figure something out. A lot of you want to get praised for the things you've done, or for the good deeds you've done. It's like you want the pat on the back. It's like you want credit where credit is deserved, or where credit was earned. A lot of you want your change. In other words, I paid you $5. You owe me, it was $4.50. You owe me 50 cents. So a lot of you are being very exact, very detailed, almost really a pain in the ass. So be careful, earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Don't become a pain in the ass to somebody. Don't get on your own nerves, because actually during the next 2 weeks, you might just get on your own nerves right now, being like, you know what, I am being so petty right now, or you know what, I am being so stubborn right now, or I'm being so like immature. I'm being a female page right now. I just want things my way. So be careful, earth signs. Fire signs, during this phase, you're definitely going to step up to the plate. You're going to want to initiate. You're going to want to try your hardest. You're going to want to help. You're going to want to fix things. You don't want people to argue. You want to be the mediator. You want to try to solve and balance things. You want to create happiness. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, really this month, July, really trying to be different, really trying to be kind of like a Libra, trying to create the balance, trying to believe in justice in a situation, wanting the truth to prevail. Fire signs also, you won't tolerate bullshit or lies or deceit. You'll call somebody out on their shit. For some of you, you're definitely going to try to balance something out. It's like, whether it's your work schedule, whether it's your sleep patterns, whatever it is, you're going to try to eat better. You're just going to try to stay as healthy as you can. Drink a lot of water during these 2 weeks. Drink a lot of water during these 2 weeks, okay? Water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You're definitely going to be flexible. You're going to be willing to meet people halfway. You're going to be willing to try to not have conflict, not have arguments. I don't think you're going to win at that too much. I feel like either you're going to get upset or somebody else is going to get upset. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, somebody's going to get upset around you in the next 2 weeks for no reason. It's going to blow out bigger than it should have. A molehill went to a mountain, so be careful. Some of you are going from 0 to 100, being pissed off. It's like your patience is gone. I don't know what happened, but it's like, you know what? I have no more patience. I have no more tolerance for this. I have zero tolerance for the bullshit. Where love is concerned with water signs, be careful. But don't make any commitments or investments right now. No engagements, no offers, none of that. Yeah, you want to go out to dinner, that kind of stuff's fine. But nothing that makes commitment, long-term commitments, not for the next 2 weeks. Please don't do nothing. Don't sign nothing. Don't mess around with contracts. Don't do anything. If you can wait 2 weeks, do it. There is going to be increased feelings where love is. For a lot of you, you're going to feel, in some ways, you're going to feel kind of chummy. You're going to feel as if you're just wanting attention, wanting to be touched, wanting to be talked to, wanting to be whispered to, whatever. You're just wanting the attention. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Somebody around you may be very shady the next 2 weeks. Somebody may come towards you that you haven't spoken to in quite some time, air signs. Somebody who feels that they're entitled to speak to you, or feels like they're entitled for you to treat them right, or they're entitled for you to treat them well or do something for them. They're expecting you to do for them, air signs. Also, it's kind of like look around the corner. It's kind of like for assurance, or look around the corner for assholes. It's kind of like, when you least expect it, somebody's going to creep up on you. Maybe want to try to talk or communicate, but they're not going to come to you with real truth right now. They're kind of going to beat around the bush, or somebody's not going to be very direct. It's going to kind of leave you thinking like, well, do they like me or don't they? Like, yeah, I spent some time with them. Yeah, we went out to eat or whatever, but I can't tell if they really like me. I guess they had a good time. I don't know. You're going to leave without knowing. All right. Overall, in general, this is a very powerful cycle coming through. You are going to have, this is all signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. You're going to have a heightened awareness, a heightened intuitive side of you, a heightened gut feeling, a heightened, whatever you want to call it. It is your intuition, but whatever you're comfortable with saying. Like, I kind of knew that, or I kind of knew the phone was going to ring, or I kind of knew they were going to call, I kind of knew I was going to get a text, I kind of knew they were going to stop by. Heightened for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, you probably won't need a personal reading for 2 weeks. You probably can answer your own questions if you trust and believe in your own intuition. The veil is coming so close right now. Loved ones will reach you through dreams within the next 2 weeks. If there's somebody who has something to say to you, it's kind of like when you see 444. That just means that you're protected. The universe or people above, people that have passed on, they're all protecting you and surrounding you and trying to keep harm from you. When you see the ones really feel more like you're doing a good job. Stay on the right track. Keep moving forward. Keep going. The twos, 222, 2222, whatever. The twos are kind of like a balance, because twos are an even number. It is like a balance. It's also talk about people coming together. It talks about lonely people finding partners. It talks about looking for happiness and finding it. It talks about pleasures coming in. For a lot of you, you're going to feel nervous energy. You're going to feel like you can't sit still. You're going to feel like I got to keep doing this. I got to keep doing that. I just got to do this. You're going to exhaust yourself. For some of you, it's work. You're going to put in the work. You're going to take the overtime, so much overtime. Listen, pace yourself. Moderation is the key to success. For some of you, your creative side is going to come out in the next 2 weeks, which is good. It'll give you something else to focus on rather than people and arguments and situations. So your creative side is going to come out where maybe you will build your own channel. Maybe you will change something about your channel. Maybe you'll create a website. Maybe you'll decide to start your own business. Maybe you'll decide to start something on Etsy. Maybe you'll decide to start something in a facility where you actually purchase a storefront. For some of you, it's about baked goods. For some of you, it's about fixing things or computer things. Some of you, it might be vacuum cleaners. For some of you, you may be dealing with somebody that's incarcerated during these 2 weeks. Somebody who's asking for help or wanting to get bowed out or wanting you to do this and that and the other thing for them. Don't do nothing. They have a social worker inside that will help them to get things done. Don't send a lot of commissary money because they're taking that, buying that commissary and then trading it for this, trading it for that, and still using something while they're in jail. So don't send them any money either. Nope. And don't feel bad for them because they're not in there alone. There's people in there that they already know because it's the same people they hang out with on the street who also got arrested. For some of you, you're going to inquire about a lot of things. There's a lot of things that you're just going to want to know for the next 2 weeks. You're not going to be able to let something settle. You're like, well, why does that work? Well, how does that work? Well, what do you mean you just do this? Well, what makes that work that way? Well, why does it get so hot? Or why does it smoke? Or whatever it is, you're going to be very inquisitive about what's going on. For some of you, again, your dreams are going to be powerful. Remember that. Loved ones come in. Messages come in. Keep the paper and pencil by your bed. Don't get out of that bed before you start writing. For some of you, it's like, you know what? I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help me God. For some of you, it's about, I want the facts, I want the facts, I want all the facts, I want all the details. Don't miss a thing. Go back over it now. For some of you, you're going to be very adamant. For some of you, you may be kind of like the emperor, taking control, trying to be in charge, trying to be bossy. So be careful with that. And Lindsay, thank you for the donation, honey. For some of you, even after these 2 weeks go by, even once we get out of July into August 1st, it still may be a little bit here and there, not as much as now, but it still might be all of this another 2 weeks after these 2 weeks. Just there's a shaded part, so to speak. There's a part that's a little bit shaded, okay? So just be aware of that. Again, remember that you are going to feel a little bit different, a little bit awkward, a little bit uncomfortable. It's important to maximize your energy, to use your energy in a positive way. It's important not to allow yourself to get up to here with blood pressure issues, meaning to stress yourself out. It's very important. So right now, anybody going through relationship struggles, anybody dealing with overindulging of something, anybody dealing with differences of opinion between friends, partners, colleagues, whatever, whoever. It's going to be a little bit of a push and pull. It's going to feel like a tug of war a little bit. And then there might be other moments throughout these 2 weeks that feels like everything's fine. Some of this may not affect everyone. It may not, for whatever reason. For a lot of you, you're going to have to just make the best of being stuck or sick or feeling frustrated or overwhelmed. You got to remember that the full moon always serves as the first result of whatever you started back around July 9th, almost like Cancer's new moon, which was all about standing in your sense of self, a theme that Aquarius is all about, standing in your sense of self. But it's also going to serve as a reminder that when you own your desires and push for change, your nearest and dearest aren't always going to be on board. Your best friends aren't always going to be there to support you because you're the one that's pushing for change. You're the one who's wanting your desires to come to fruition. Nothing wrong with that. Some people might feel like they're being left behind, so they're not going to try to support you with all of that. There will be underlying tensions that will need to be dealt with. You can't ignore them. They're going to need to be dealt with before you can fully move forward. So people that have a problem or an issue with you or something that you're choosing to do, maybe it's a change you're making. Maybe you're deciding not to go back with the next partner. Maybe you just don't want to deal with them right now. But moving forward might kind of feel like, wow, that's not possible. It just feels like I can't do that. I feel like I'm stuck right here. It might feel like an impossibility, or at least a lonely venture, meaning because nobody wants to come with you on it because you're deciding to take a whole new direction. Some of you might get a headache, a tension headache. For some of you, on August 2nd, you could begin to exert your will, feel empowered, and find that conditions for creating progress are more in your favor by August 2nd. A lot of you are going to realize here that more details on how the Aquarius full moon will affect you and how to deal based on your sign particularly. Be sure to read and learn, Google, or do whatever to find about your sign, or go to your astrology channels and learn more about your sign and how it's going to directly be effective. I feel like with Aries, with the full moon that'll be around you, Aries, it's going to be a little bit kind of like I want to call you out on something. It also feels like with Tauruses, it feels like you're going to feel frustrated. You're going to feel like you received or you haven't received the proper recognition or proper thanks or proper anything for what you've done or something good that you've done. Gemini is kind of like something may decide to light you up, or you might feel like you're unable to get back to your usual self or to your normal busy routine. Something might feel like it's causing a distraction for you or a delay that you might be feeling. Cancer, for a lot of you, you might be kind of licking your own wounds, focusing on something that's happened, not wanting to face reality of a situation, but you also might just want to resolve something and get it over and done with. Leos, it feels like you guys might be focused on business or focused on work, but at the same time, you might be putting an end to a game or end to a situation that you feel isn't worth your while. You also might decide that you're going to put the bullshit away and you want to focus on your relationship or your career and your money. It's like, you know what? I don't have time for the dumb stuff. I already made those mistakes. I'm not going to repeat them. So Leo's kind of like paying attention, like not to repeat some bullshit. That's good. Virgos, it's kind of like with you guys, you putting up your boundaries. You're doing more self-care. It's more about you and your needs, which is good. You changed your focus right now. So that's going to be really good for you guys. Scorpios, for you guys, it feels like it's going to be a little bit more like dealing with tension between you and a loved one, or you and a loved partner, or you and somebody that's not around each other right now. The distance is driving you crazy, but at the same time, you don't know how to come to a resolution. You don't know how to meet each other in the middle. Sagittarius, yours is going to feel a little bit more like burnout. You're going to feel like you're exhausted, like you tried enough, you're exhausted. Like, remember the ones I was holding up for a Libra today? It's kind of just like that. It's kind of like that. It's like, you know what? I don't know how much more I can take. You're hitting burnout. Zero tolerance. Capricorn, you're definitely working on your spirituality. You're trying to get in touch with your higher self. It also feels like you're wanting to step out of your comfort zone to try something new. Aquarius, for you guys, it feels like right now you're looking at the bigger picture. You're trying to see the end goal here. You're wanting something to come forward. You're wanting to reach that goal. It's like, I can see it. I know I can see it. And if I can see it, I can have it. That's what's coming up with you guys. Pisces, you're going to take it as kind of like a mental health week or two. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to use this time to appreciate that nobody's around me. I'm going to stay quiet to myself. I'm going to go to work and do what I have to do. But most of the time, I'm just going to stay home, try to relax, put my pajamas on early, watch TV, and just hang out. I'm just not going to do nothing. I'm not even doing a lot of cooking, nothing else. I'm going to buy some of these TV dinners. I'm going to buy some of these whatevers and just pop them in quick and be done. So I think that's pretty much every sign. I think I covered everybody. But for a lot of you, understand that this next full moon here is going to be a bit of a challenge for all of us, but we are going to all stay and hang together. So I'd like to pick one oracle card out for those of you here on my channel to see just what guidance or information or anything that the oracle cards want to tell us about how we're doing, how we're going to feel, what we should know or what we shouldn't know, or maybe telling us what to do, what not to do, whatever these cards want to tell us. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Big happy changes. So for a lot of us, we're not going to have to worry so much about all these things or all these feelings or all these mixed emotions or being irritated or getting pissed off or going from 0 to 100 or whatever. We're going to have to really focus on the fact that changes happen. We love when the seasons change. We love when the Tower moment comes in. We love when the World card is there because there's an ending to something and a new beginning to something else. With the Tower moment, it makes things leave that you wouldn't normally kick out or get rid of. The universe says, well, if you don't do it, I'll do it. So it allows you to start over. It allows you to love yourself again. It allows you to try different. So here, big happy changes are all coming our way. So this is going to be a blessing for all of us. And I'm taking that card because you've seen it pop right out of there. I love it. Big happy changes. So what's coming during this July full moon in Aquarius? Big happy changes. So with that being said, this is number 2 video. I hope you liked it. And I will see you guys in just a few minutes.